This might sound crazy, but if you're over 60 and still skipping broccoli, your joints could be silently falling apart. Right there on your dinner plate. I'm Dr. John Smith. After 30 years of treating joint pain in older adults, I've learned one shocking truth. The veggie most people hate the most might be the very thing saving your knees, wrists, and spine. Broccoli isn't just a side dish. It's a green shield your aging body desperately needs. Just one small bowl a day could mean fewer aches, stronger joints, and years of steadier steps. Still think broccoli's boring? Stick around, because what you're about to learn could change everything. Part 1. Broccoli, the green shield, quietly protecting your joints and bones as you age. Just last week, one of my longtime patients, Harold, age 73, came in for his regular checkup. He's one of those guys who eats clean, exercises regularly, and sticks to a routine. But recently, he said his knees started to ache more whenever he climbed the stairs. I asked him about his greens. He shrugged and said, "I like steamed veggies, but broccoli, it's a bit dry. Bland. Never really saw the point." I smiled and asked, "Did you know that broccoli isn't just a veggie? It's one of the most powerful natural ways to fight joint degeneration." Broccoli, the unsuspecting superfood for joint health. There's a reason why broccoli has been dubbed a super veggie when it comes to joint and bone health. Just 3 5-ounces, 100 grams of steamed broccoli gives you 101 mcg of vitamin K, over 80% of your daily need. 93 millibytes of vitamin C, essential for collagen production. 47 mg of calcium. And most importantly, sulforaphane, a plant compound that reduces inflammation and protects cartilage from damage. Sulforaphane doesn't taste like anything, but inside your body, it acts like a silent warrior. It blocks enzymes that destroy collagen and activates repair in your connective tissues. Backed by science, sulforaphane slows down joint degeneration. A study from East Anglia University in the UK showed sulforaphane can suppress MMPs, enzymes that break down cartilage, and may slow the progression of joint degeneration, especially in knees and wrists. Plus, that vitamin K in broccoli helps activate osteocalcin, a protein that binds calcium into your bones. For older adults, a lack of vitamin K means weaker bones, higher risk of fractures, and slower healing from injuries. How to get the most out of broccoli as a senior light steam for 3 to 5 minutes. Keeps sulforaphane and vitamin C intact. Pair with olive oil, cashews, or sesame seeds. Healthy fats help absorb vitamin K and A. Combine with garlic, lemon, or carrots. Adds flavor, cuts boredom, and boosts antioxidants. I always tell my patients treat broccoli as a main dish, not a side, at least 3 times a week. So, what happened to Harold? We added just half a cup of steamed broccoli to his dinner each night. After 1 month, he came back smiling. My knees don't feel stiff when I take the stairs anymore. Even my wife started eating it and says her stomach feels lighter and her skin's looking better. A message from me, someone who's treated aching joints for over 30 years. Getting older doesn't require miracles. It just takes the right tiny changes made consistently. A little broccoli each day might not transform your life overnight, but it just might help you walk steadier for the next 10 years. So, are you eating your broccoli regularly? If not, start tonight. Just one small bowl could mean a stronger future for your knees, spine, and your whole body. Part 2. Spinach, the soft green leaf that builds a strong frame. One spring morning in Portland, I got an email from Mary, age 69. She's an old patient of mine who had been treated for osteoporosis and wrist arthritis. She wrote, "Doctor, I eat tons of veggies, cut out red meat, drink calcium-rich milk every day. But my bone density still went down in my latest test. I don't get it. What am I doing wrong?" So we sat down together and went over her weekly diet. Lots of vegetables, lettuce, cucumbers, bean sprouts. But guess what was missing? Spinach. And that kicked off a pretty interesting conversation, I told her. Spinach may look delicate, but for seniors it's like a micro shield protecting your bones, blood and joints, all at once. You've been missing out on a leafy green treasure. Spinach, the green powerhouse for joints, blood, and bone strength. Just 100 g of spinach packs in 99 mg of calcium, 79 mg of magnesium, 27 mg of iron, a 94 mcg of vitamin K1, plus lutein folate and a host of strong antioxidants. But it doesn't stop there. Spinach is also rich in chlorophyll, which helps reduce inflammation, alkalize your blood, and fight oxidative stress in joint tissues. A lot of folks think of leafy greens as just fiber. But spinach is a carefully designed nutrient cocktail made to feed both your bones and your blood at the same time. Vitamin K1 and magnesium, the dynamic duo that locks calcium into your bones. You can take all the calcium you want, but without vitamin K1, that calcium won't stick to your bones. It'll float around in your bloodstream and may even settle in your arteries. Now, what about magnesium? It helps to activate osteoblasts, the cells that build bone, reduce muscle tightness around your joints, stabilize neuromuscular signals, making movement feel smoother and easier. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition and Aging found seniors who ate spinach at least 3 times a week reduced their risk of hip fractures by 31%. How I helped Mary bring spinach into her life. We added spinach to both her breakfast and dinner using easy senior-friendly methods. Light sauté with olive oil and garlic to keep that lutein and vitamin K intact. Blanched and served with boiled eggs. Eggs provide vitamin D, which helps absorb calcium. Spinach smoothies. Blended with pineapple and ginger, great for digestion and inflammation. Quick tip: spinach does contain oxalates, which in high amounts may increase kidney stone risk, so it's best to steam or blanch it lightly before eating, especially for seniors. What changed for Mary? After 6 weeks, she came back with stable bone density results. But more than just numbers, she smiled and said, "I feel lighter, my body moves easier, and I can play the piano for 15 minutes straight without my wrists getting tired. It's strange, all from adding a few handfuls of leaves." Here's what I want you to remember. Especially if you're over 60. Drinking milk or popping calcium pills doesn't automatically make your bones stronger. You have to nourish your bones from the inside out with the right greens that help your body absorb and direct those nutrients to where they're needed most. And spinach, in my opinion, is one of those quiet but powerful allies. So, how long have you been eating spinach? Are you treating it like just another veggie? Or are you using it as part of your joint and bone support plan? If not, today's a great day to start. Just 1 bowl of spinach a day might be all it takes to help your bones feel stronger, your joints move easier, your blood flow better, and your mind stay clearer. Part 3. Carrots, the orange warrior that soothes your joints and nourishes every finger. One of my former patients. Linda, age 70, from sunny California, used to wake up with stiff, aching fingers almost every morning. She didn't have full-blown arthritis, but as she described it, each finger feels like an old rusty hinge, hard to move and painful to open. She had tried everything: mild painkillers, joint supplements, fish oil, but nothing really helped. Until one day I asked her, "Do you eat carrots often?" She laughed. "Carrots? Aren't those just for eyesight?" I smiled and said, "Not exactly. Carrots can actually help soften up stiff joints if you eat them as part of a natural anti-inflammatory routine." Carrots, naturally sweet, surprisingly powerful against joint inflammation. Just 100 grams, about 1/2 cup of raw carrots, gives you 82-85 mcg of beta-carotene, which your body converts into vitamin A. Only 25 calories, perfect for weight control. 2-8 grams of fiber, which helps flush out toxins that fuel inflammation, plus polyphenols, lutein, and vitamin C. Here's the beauty of beta-carotene. Unlike synthetic vitamin A, it doesn't overwhelm your body. It only converts when needed, making carrots a safe and natural anti-inflammatory food for older adults. Vitamin A, the unsung hero for joint cartilage and immune health. Vitamin A plays a key role in repairing damaged cartilage, reducing inflammation, especially in weight-bearing joints like knees, hips, and wrists. Boosting T-cell production, which helps regulate unnecessary immune flare-ups. A study from the Journal of Inflammation Research found people with higher levels of beta-carotene in their blood had a 26% lower risk of chronic arthritis than those with low levels. Carrots, a gentle friend for your joints, eyes, and nervous system. Besides joint support, beta-carotene and lutein in carrots also protect aging eyes from macular degeneration. Reduce neural oxidative stress, supporting memory and improving sleep. Help balance blood sugar, which can ease insulin-triggered joint pain. Best ways to eat. Carrots for seniors, lightly steamed or boiled. Softens the fibers and boosts nutrient absorption, roasted with olive oil and herbs. Delicious and inflammation-fighting carrot, plus ginger, plus apple smoothie. Great for digestion and warming the joints. Avoid eating only raw. Beta-carotene absorbs poorly without healthy fats. Linda's story, and a small miracle in a jar. We added carrots to her daily meals, half cup of steamed carrots at breakfast, a glass of carrot ginger juice at night, and pumpkin carrot soup twice a week. After just 1 month, she walked into my office, held out her hand, and said with a grin, "Look, doctor." This morning I opened the ketchup jar by myself. No help from my son. That little moment didn't come from medication. It came from a humble orange root. Used the right way. A word from a doctor who's seen countless fingers. Heal one bite at a time. You don't need fancy pills or expensive creams to care for your joints. Sometimes the best solution is already sitting in your produce drawer. Carrots, when eaten the right way, can be a natural remedy that helps you keep your flexibility. Soften stiff joints and start your mornings with less pain and more ease. So let me ask you, are you eating carrots daily? Are you treating them as just another veggie, or as part of your personal anti-inflammatory journey? Give it a try, because sometimes just one carrot might open a whole new door for hands that were once too painful to move. Part 4. Sweet potatoes, a gentle sweetness that heals your hormones, cartilage, and mood. I have a patient named Mr. Douglas, 75 years old, living in the quiet countryside of North Carolina. A soft-spoken, kind-hearted man who still loves the simple dishes from his childhood. Steamed greens, braised fish, and sweet potatoes roasted in the ashes. At his last checkup, he told me, "I'm not as spry as I used to be, Doc. My knees ache every morning, I get tired easily, and sometimes I just feel down for no reason. I don't know what's going on." His diet looked great. Lots of greens, very little meat, no junk food. Then I asked one simple question. "Do you still eat sweet potatoes every week?" He gave me a bittersweet smile. I stopped. Another doctor told me they're too sugary. Said they might raise my blood sugar. I nodded and replied gently, "That's a common and harmful misunderstanding. Because sweet potatoes, when eaten the right way, are actually a golden food for balancing hormones, reducing inflammation, and nourishing joint tissues." Sweet potatoes, the sweet medicine for cartilage. Hormones and circulation. Just 100 g of boiled sweet potato gives you beta-carotene, the building block of vitamin A. 337 mg of potassium. Supports blood pressure and reduces water retention. Soluble fiber pectin helps detox and supports gut health. Polyphenols and anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants, and a lower glycemic index than white potatoes. Sweet potatoes don't spike your blood sugar the way many think. Instead, they release energy slowly and steadily, making them a great option for hormonal stability and joint health in older adults. Beta-carotene, a quiet ally for cartilage and immune defense. Once converted to vitamin A, beta-carotene helps reduce inflammation in joint cartilage. Repair connective tissue, especially type 2 collagen. Protect joints from free radical damage, a leading cause of degeneration. A study from the University of North Dakota reported seniors who ate sweet potatoes 3 times a week had 22% lower CRP inflammation levels and better joint mobility compared to those who didn't. Potassium, the silent bone guardian that helps prevent nighttime cramps. Many seniors get enough calcium but still suffer from cramps and bone weakness. Why? Because they're low in potassium, a mineral that neutralizes acidity in the blood, preventing calcium loss from bones, reduces swelling and improves circulation in inflamed joints, supports nerve muscle signaling, reducing twitching and spasms. Sweet potatoes, a natural hormonal balancer for aging bodies. Here's something few people realize. Sweet potatoes contain natural phytoestrogens, which gently support hormone balance, especially helpful for postmenopausal women and older men. That means they also help improve sleep quality, reduce unexplained anxiety or irritability, support memory, and ease early morning fatigue. How I helped Mr. Douglas rediscover sweet potatoes the smart way. I told him to go back to his childhood favorite, but with a senior-friendly twist. Eat them boiled or roasted. No frying, no added sugar. Best in the morning or early evening. Promotes deeper sleep and reduces nighttime joint pain. Pair with nut butters, chia seeds, or steamed greens to boost vitamin A absorption and balance blood sugar. 1 month later, a new kind of morning. He came back to my clinic, didn't say much, just smiled, held out his hands, and said, "I tilled my garden this morning. Doc, my back still aches a little, but my knees. No sharp pain, and last night I slept straight through 6 full hours without waking up. That hasn't happened in years." Let me leave you with this, from someone who's felt the long, dull ache in his own spine. Not every sweet thing is bad for you. Some sweet things, like sweet potatoes, can heal you from the inside in ways no pill ever could. If it's been a while since you last ate sweet potatoes, give them another chance. Not just to satisfy a craving, but to nourish your joints, nervous system, and emotions, gently, slowly, and deeply. Just like their warm, earthy flavor. Do you eat sweet potatoes regularly? When was the last time you held a warm one in your hands? Have you ever considered that it might ease your joint pain and lift your mood too? Try it and let your body thank you with a restful night's sleep and a morning where your knees don't scream back at you. Part 5. Celery. A soft voice for your body, a silent cleanse for your joints. I still remember Mr. James, 71 years old, a former choir leader at his local church. He came to see me one crisp autumn afternoon, a little tension on his face. I don't have full-blown arthritis, but my wrists and fingers feel stiff, especially in the mornings. Every time I grip the microphone or drive, they go numb. I have to stretch them for a while, meds help, but I don't want to rely on pills forever. His diet was pretty clean, no red meat, lots of leafy greens. But I asked him one thing. Do you eat celery regularly? He looked surprised. Celery, I always thought it was just something to throw in soup. Nothing special about it, Doc, I smiled and said. Celery isn't just a vegetable, it's like a mini filter for your joints and blood vessels. It cleans up the places medications can't always reach. Celery, crisp on the outside, powerful on the inside. Just 100 g of celery gives you 1/6 g of fiber, but more importantly, flavonoids like luteolin and apigenin, vitamin K, folate, potassium, and nearly 95% water, antioxidants like caffeic acid and ferulic acid, and uniquely phthalides, plant compounds that naturally relax blood vessels, improving blood flow to joints. That cool, crisp crunch you get from celery. It's not just refreshing, it's quietly working to support your joints and circulation, both vital for aging bodies. Flavonoids in celery, a natural anti-inflammatory without a prescription. Flavonoids like luteolin have been shown to lower the activity of inflammatory cytokines, the chemicals behind joint swelling and pain, especially in the hands and knees. Protect cartilage cells from oxidative stress. Activate your body's own anti-inflammatory enzymes. A study from the Journal of Inflammation found apigenin and luteolin from celery significantly suppress COX-2 enzyme activity similar to NSAID drugs, but without the harmful side effects on your stomach. Celery, a detox assistant and joint debloater. Many older adults deal with fluid retention around the joints, making them feel stiff or swollen, especially after salty meals or when the weather shifts. Celery helps with that too. It acts as a mild diuretic, flushing out excess sodium and water. It reduces swelling around joints, particularly ankles, knees, and fingers. It improves blood flow to inflamed areas, speeding up recovery. How I helped Mr. James use celery the right way. We introduced celery gradually in easy and enjoyable ways. Morning juice, celery plus apple, plus ginger, anti-inflammatory, liver-friendly, and good for digestion. Stir-fried with garlic and olive oil. Makes a light, tasty veggie side at dinner, raw slices and salads. Boosts fiber without changing flavor much. At first, Mr. James was skeptical. But after 2 weeks, he came back with what he called his professional smile. I can grip the mic steadier now. No more tingly fingers in the morning. And my wife swears my voice is softer. Says I've stopped snapping at her. A message from me. Not just as a doctor, but as someone learning to listen to his own body. Celery isn't some magical cure. But it's a quiet friend working behind the scenes to cleanse and calm your joints little by little, every day, if your fingers feel a little puffy or your knees feel tight when you wake up. If your body tends to hold on to water after meals, try using celery as a gentle remedy, not just a garnish. Do you eat celery often? Have you always thought of it as just there for flavor in soups, rather than a real partner in your joint health? Maybe it's time to give it another look, because sometimes that single celery stalk might just be the helping hand your aching joints have been waiting for. Part 6. Pumpkin, the golden orange gem that feeds collagen and protects aging joints. I once had a special patient, Miss Carroll, 68 years old, a retired seamstress with steady hands and a quiet heart. She came to see me with a concern I've heard many times before. I can't hold scissors for long anymore. My fingers tremble a bit, and sometimes I even hear clicking sounds when I try to stretch them out. She ate very clean, almost too clean. She had cut out everything even remotely sweet, including pumpkin. When I asked her why, she said I thought pumpkin was too sweet. I didn't want to spike my blood sugar. I nodded and smiled, then gently told her, pumpkin, when prepared the right way, doesn't raise blood sugar. In fact, it's a natural collagen factory packed with everything your joints and cartilage need to stay soft, smooth, and strong. Pumpkin, a soft, sweet treat that helps joints heal and flex again. Just 100 g of boiled pumpkin gives you 245% of your daily vitamin A as beta-carotene, 15% of your daily vitamin C, essential for collagen production, zinc, iron, potassium, minerals that support bones and immune health, soluble fiber, helps manage blood sugar and support digestion, and only about 26 calories. Very diabetes-friendly. Here's what makes pumpkin truly special. It provides the raw materials your body uses to build type 2 collagen, the exact type your cartilage is made of. Collagen and cartilage, a quiet but vital relationship. After age 50, your body loses about 1 to 5% of its collagen each year. Collagen is the scaffold that holds cartilage together. When it breaks down, your joints feel stiff, creaky, and painful. Pumpkin's vitamin A and C work together to activate chondrocytes, the cells that produce collagen. Protect cartilage from free radicals and enzymes that eat away at it. Slow joint degeneration, especially in knees, wrists, and ankles. A study from Harvard School of Public Health found older adults with diets rich in beta-carotene and vitamin C lost cartilage 32% more slowly than those deficient in these nutrients. What else does pumpkin do for seniors? Zinc. Repairs tissue, boosts immunity, and lowers inflammation. Potassium. Regulates blood pressure and reduces joint puffiness. Soluble fiber. Helps control blood sugar especially important for those with type 2 diabetes. How I helped Ms. Carroll bring pumpkin back the smart way. We reintroduced pumpkin 3-4 times a week using simple, healthy methods. Pumpkin soup with bone broth or lentils. Easy to digest, rich in nutrients, steamed pumpkin mash for breakfast. Paired with walnuts and a bit of almond butter. Roasted pumpkin slices. Baked with rosemary and olive oil, a tasty anti-inflammatory snack. Note: avoid pumpkin dishes loaded with sugar or condensed milk. They cancel out the benefits, especially for folks watching their blood sugar. 1 month later. The return of steady hands. Miss Carroll came back carrying a small pair of scissors and a hand-sewn cloth. I'm not sure if it was your suggestion or something else, Doctor. But my hands really do feel steadier. I cut this cloth in one go, took me 40 minutes, and no pain in my joints. Here's what I've learned after over 30 years treating aging joints. Cartilage doesn't regenerate with painkillers. It heals through collagen. And collagen only forms when your body gets the right foods. And in my experience, pumpkin is one of the gentlest, most dependable foods to support that process. Have you eaten pumpkin lately? Do you ever think that one soft golden bite might be exactly what your joints have been silently craving? Give it a try, because sometimes the simple, homey foods from your past hold the power to heal the pain you've learned to live with. Part 7. Asparagus, a gentle green that lightens joints, drains swelling, and nourishes bones naturally. Let me tell you about Helen, a 66-year-old retired yoga teacher and one of my patients for the past 5 years. She's lived a disciplined life, 80% plant-based diet, daily light exercises, and mindful breathing. But lately, she'd been struggling with something subtle but persistent. Doctor, she said, I don't feel sharp pain, but by late afternoon, my knees and ankles feel heavy, puffy, like they're full of water. Stretching helps. A little warm compresses too, but only for a while. After reviewing her clean diet, I asked her one simple question. Have you ever eaten asparagus regularly? She gently shook her head. Honestly, no. I always thought asparagus was just garnish on fancy European plates, not something that really helps joints. I chuckled and said, actually, asparagus is nature's version of a smart diuretic for people like you who tend to retain water around their joints. It's gentle but surprisingly effective. Asparagus, a mild remedy for swollen joints, weak bones, and sluggish circulation. Just 100 grams of fresh asparagus gives you vitamin K 41.6 mcg, essential for calcium absorption in bones. Folate B9 helps regenerate bone and cartilage cells. Copper, a key mineral for building collagen and elastin. Asparagine, a natural compound that supports kidney detox and acts as a gentle diuretic. Antioxidants like rutin quercetin and glutathione. Asparagus won't give you quick pain relief like pills do. But when eaten regularly, it reduces fluid buildup, supports mineral balance in bones, and makes joints feel lighter and easier to move. Why is asparagus so good for seniors with swollen joints? At age 60 and beyond, our kidneys slow down, circulation weakens, and we're more likely to retain fluid, especially around the soft tissues of joints. Asparagus helps by increasing urinary excretion of excess salt and toxins, reducing soft tissue swelling, especially in the knees and ankles, gently balancing blood pressure and improving blood flow to joints. And here's more. Glutathione, a powerful antioxidant in asparagus, helps support the liver, which plays a vital role in detox and hormone balance. According to a 2022 study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, adults over 60 who ate asparagus 3 to 4 times per week showed noticeable reductions in joint fluid retention within 6 weeks, especially those with existing cardiovascular issues. How I helped Helen add asparagus to her life. We added asparagus to her meals in tasty, easy ways. Steamed asparagus plus boiled eggs, rich in vitamin K and gentle protein. Roasted asparagus with garlic and olive oil. Anti-inflammatory and delicious asparagus soup with soft tofu and ginger. Detox-friendly and joint-warming. 1 month later. A lighter step and a brighter smile. Helen came back glowing. Her gait was smoother, her voice lighter. "Doctor, I don't feel that heaviness in my knees anymore. One day I meditated for 45 minutes straight, and when I stood up, no numbness in my legs." A note from me. A doctor, but also someone learning to listen to his own body. The answer to knee pain isn't always in stronger medication. Sometimes it's hidden in the quiet power of small, simple things. Asparagus isn't a miracle, but it's a refined friend. One that helps cleanse your joints, reduce puffiness, and ease blood flow day by day, quietly and faithfully. If your legs ever feel like you're dragging bricks by late afternoon, try just 2-3 spears of asparagus each day. Have you ever eaten asparagus as a real dish, not just as a decoration? Did you know it could be the key to easing swelling, lightening your joints, and maybe even helping you feel a few years younger? Wrapping up. The power of 7 simple healing vegetables. We've just walked through 7 vegetables, each one simple every day, even overlooked. Yet carrying the quiet strength of nature's science and gratitude for the body. From vibrant carrots to humble broccoli, from tender asparagus to warm golden pumpkin. Each has a story to tell and a role to play in healing our aging joints. In old age, what the body truly needs isn't more medicine. It needs understanding. It needs gentle habits. It needs kind choices made day after day. A bowl of spinach, a cup of pumpkin soup, a glass of celery juice. They aren't just food. They're your body's quiet allies, helping you walk easier, feel stronger, and wake up every morning without groaning at the first step. If you found these insights helpful, please subscribe to the channel so I can keep walking with you on this journey. Because at this stage in life, nothing matters more than waking up, placing your feet on the floor and not feeling pain, tightness, or fear with each step. I'll see you in the next video, where I'll share more simple, powerful stories to help you stay strong, independent, and joyful on your own terms every single day. Wishing you and your family good health, calm hearts, and steady steps. Not just with your feet, but with your faith. Dr. John Smith, the doctor whose joints still have stories to tell right alongside yours.